Nancy Pelosi is imploding. she's literally falling apart mentally, emotionally. She's now actually blaming President Trump for people dying. That's how desperate she's become to get at least some semblance of attention from a nation that's all but completely forgotten she exists. We're going to take a look at the latest absurdities to spew forth from behind her dentures and why it all signals nothing but desperation on the part of the increasingly irrelevant Democratic Party. You're going to absolutely love it. Greetings, everyone. Awesome to be with you. As always, Dr. Steve here, a super safe and sound lockdown Monday to all of you. If this is your first time here at this channel, you found your home. If you're looking for a place where you could celebrate the rise of a new conservative nationalist populist age, you have found your family here. We post 2 videos a day analyzing current events, analyze some super awesome conservative trends so you can live in the present in light of even better things to come. So if you haven't already done so, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It'd be an absolute privilege to have you as a regular part of this channel. You're going to love interacting with this online community of conservatives from all over the world. Also, for everyone, before you do anything else, make sure to click on the link below and check out the awesome new video that we put together just for you featuring our brand new Turley Talks Insiders Club. This is something we put together just for you. We've received countless emails over the past several months of how you can get closer access to me and my work analyzing the rise of a new conservative age, and how you can be directly part of a massive group of conservatives from all over the world to network with. And your wish is our command. That's precisely what you're going to get by joining our Insiders Club. By becoming a member, you'll get more exclusive access to me and our journey together into this new conservative age we're embarking on. Each week, you'll get a special deep dive video reserved solely for our Insiders members. You'll get access to our private Facebook group that features conservatives from all over the world that you get to network with. Plus, you get my monthly reading list to keep you updated on the best and most enriching information out there. You get a number of bonus videos, such as video courses that I teach. And you even get some awesome accessories like our good old Turley Talks tumbler to put your coffee in. So don't wait. Make sure to click on the link below and watch the video, the brand new video we put up on the Turley Talks Insiders Club to get a fuller sense of what you'll be a part of. I think you're going to absolutely love it. And it'll be a privilege to journey with you into this new conservative age together. All right, gang, let's have some fun here, shall we? The Speaker of the House, Nancy the Ripper Pelosi, is once again trying out another stunt to get the world to take notice of her, to give her at least some semblance of attention. She was on CNN, and keep in mind now that we've been on lockdown status for the last couple of weeks, the airport terminals have been more or less abandoned, and so that means that CNN has virtually no one watching them anymore, right? Their ratings are basically down to 0 since the airports have been largely abandoned. That's the only place they get their viewers, but I digress. Nancy the Ripper Pelosi is on CNN with Jake Tapper, and she says this.
Trump is considering relaxing federal guidelines for coronavirus for some of the less affected parts of the country. Do you think he should?
Well, first of all, let me just say how sad it is that even since the president's signing of the bill, the number of deaths reported has doubled from 1,000 to 2,000 in our country. This is such a very, very sad time for us. So we should be taking every precaution. What the president, his denial at the beginning was deadly. His delaying of getting equipment to where it continues, his delay in getting equipment to where it's needed is deadly. And now I think the best thing would be to do is to prevent more loss of life rather than open things up so that, because we just don't know. We have to have testing, testing, testing. That's what we said from the start, before we can evaluate what the nature of it is in some of these other regions as well. I don't know what the purpose of that is. I don't know what the scientists are saying to him. I don't know what the scientists said to him. When did the president know about this? And what did he know? What did he know and when did he know it? That's for an after-action review. But as the president fiddles, people are dying, and we just have to take every precaution.
So there you have it. President Trump is responsible for the deaths of thousands of people. As the president plays violin like Nero watching Rome burn, people are dying. And of course, By contrast to that dithering, the Democrats are the blessed, glorious saviors of the universe. Democrats, they've only been saying all along, testing, 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 right from the start, right? The president was dithering around while the Democrats were pleading for more testing, testing, testing from the start. You heard her say that. Let me remind you what Pelosi and the Democrats were saying from the start. As of February 24th, Nancy Pelosi was encouraging people to visit San Francisco's Chinatown in an effort to curb racist xenophobia that the coronavirus was spreading throughout the nation, according to her. Now, this reminds me of the mayor of Florence in Italy, who was calling on everyone to hug a Chinese person. I kid you not, he actually tweeted out that all Italians should hug a Chinese person in an effort to combat xenophobia and racism. Well, Nancy Pelosi, while apparently forgetting to say test, 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 no, Pelosi was actually encouraging people to go out and visit shops and restaurants as late as February 24th. And then don't forget that when President Trump banned flights from China on January 31st, it was the Democrats who blasted that travel ban as racist and as part of Trump's war against immigrants. Oh, and by the way, just so you get the timeline here, the January 31st travel ban was instituted a week before the Senate voted to acquit President Trump of his sham impeachment charges led by Nancy the Ripper Pelosi. So while Trump was busy securing the nation from the coronavirus, the Democrats were busy trying to desperately remove him from office in a sham impeachment. And of course, do the left-wing activists disguised as journalists in our mainstream Marxist media remind Nancy Pelosi of this? Of course not. And that's why you have us. That's why you have the alternative media. That's why we're here. Let me explain to you what's really going on here, okay? Here's why Nancy Pelosi is talking the way she's talking. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats in the mainstream Marxist media, they know that the Democrats are the real casualties of this virus pandemic. They know that Trump's response and the spotlight on him and his administration has completely and totally sidelined the Democrats. The coronavirus has turned a presumptive nominee for president, Joe Bumblin Biden, into an irrelevance perhaps never seen before in modern day politics. I mean, Joe Biden, quid pro Joe, has become so irrelevant throughout this. Let this hit you. Toilet paper right now is more relevant than Joe Biden. Toilet paper is more significant to the American people than is Joe Biden. In the politics of this pandemic, the Democrats as a whole have been completely marginalized as a total non-factor. Where do you think all the talk about Andrew Cuomo is coming from in terms of him becoming the Democratic nominee for president? Cuomo's a joke. He's a complete and total joke. But they need something to talk about. They need something to grab the headlines and remind the world that they exist. Another way of thinking about Pelosi and the Democrats right now is that they're basically the Kathy Griffin party. Remember her? We just did a video on her latest attention-starved attempt to remind the world that she exists. You can check it out by clicking on the link above. I'll link it down below for you as well in the pinned comments section. But it's so ironic. She's often referred to as a D-list comedian. A D-list entertainer or celebrity is so obscure that they're generally only known for appearances as so-called celebrities on panel game shows, or in her case on CNN's New Year's Eve show with Anderson Cooper that nobody watches. That's what a D-list entertainer is. And it's so appropriate because not only can we see the D as standing for Democrat, but what did Kathy Griffin recently try to do? Again, you can check out the video we did on it, but in a nutshell, she went to the hospital suffering from some pretty severe symptoms. It turned out, as I understand, to be nothing more than a stomach flu or something like that. But she actually used the occasion to take to Twitter and accuse the president of lying about how the United States has done far more testing for the coronavirus than any other nation by far, which, by the way, a Johns Hopkins study confirmed that the United States was more prepared for a major pandemic like this one than any other country on the planet. Well, she decided to demonstrate her narcissistic tendencies by claiming that the president was lying because she wanted to be tested for the virus, but she was refused by the hospital. Now, again, how that personal experience actually contradicts the president, no one really has any idea of, but nevertheless, she's an attention-starved D-list narcissists who use an occasion of suffering to bash the president in the hopes of getting some publicity. Well, you need look no farther in order to understand the rationale for Nancy the Ripper Pelosi's comments. She's the D-list leader. She's the leader of the D-list party, the Democratic Party, the officially irrelevant party. And like Kathy Griffin, she's trying desperately to get some attention and remind the world she exists. And she's doing so by exploiting suffering and pain in order to bash President Trump. And there's really nothing more to it than that. And as you can see, to at least a certain extent, it works. I mean, we're talking about her, right? As far as this channel is concerned, Pelosi was successful and that she's back in the news. But is this the kind of success you want? Just another occasion for YouTube channels like mine and the alternative conservative media to show the world why you're such a nasty and reprehensible person? I mean, Nancy Pelosi is a bald-faced liar. The Democrats are liars. The mainstream Marxist media, the false hope media, they are a collage of liars. President Trump has got this. He's leading the way out of this pandemic, and they all know it. And all the Democrats in Congress and the media can do is just helplessly watch. Now, before you go, make sure to check out the video that I just uploaded on the coronavirus actually destroying liberal America and intensifying the culture wars. I think you'll find it very, very interesting. So make sure to click on that link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.